Hello, it's good to have you on this edition of our video tutorial. Today we'll be looking at the compound interest. This question is promised to be an interesting question because a lot of people have confused compound interest with simple interest. But in this video tutorial, I'm going to tell you the sharp differences between these two sets of interest rates. Now, when you come to the simple interest is an interest that is based on the principal amount someone goes to deposit, the principal amount of a deposit someone puts either in a bank or a loan you collect. Now, you are going to look at the interest that accumulate on that loan you collect or that deposit you put. But in compound interest now is calculated based on the principal amount plus the interest that is accumulated on that loan over a given period of time. So you see, compound interest is compounded because the amount is equal to the principal for this month plus the interest it accumulates, and that is going to be the principal for the next month. So you see that interest is being compounded and is very different from simple interest. Now, the formula for simple interest, SI, is principal rate times time over 100. But if you want to calculate the compound interest, then you have to know that your amount you are going to get should be equal to the principal into bracket 1 plus the rate over 100, all raised to power the number of period that that amount of money is being compounded. Now we're going to look at how we'll solve this question, and the question is going to be on compound interest. The question says, on Clara's 10th birthday, she began to save 2,000 naira every year in a KidsSave account with an annual interest rate of 20% compounded annually. Now the question is, what will be the worth of the account when she turns 18? Now I want you to pay attention as you see how we are going to get an answer to this question. Now, if we want to solve this question, the first thing that should come to your mind is, what are the parameters that are given? What is the formula for calculating the amount she is going to get, that amount, that compounded amount is going to get once she is 18? Now, one thing I want you to note is that we are giving something, we are giving the principal amount. And the principal amount, P, is equal to what? It's equal to 2,000 naira. Fine. And we are giving the rate. The rate is equal to 20 what? Percent. Good. Now, what are we giving? Are we giving the time, the number of years? Of course, we are giving the number of years that compound interest should be calculated is equal to, she will be turned 18, that is when the amount will be checked, minus her 10th what? Birthday. So that will be what? That will be 8 years. Remember, you're asked to look for the worth of that account when she turns what? 18. And presently, Clara is 10 years old. So you see, we have a number of years, we have the rate, and then we have the principal. Now we want to look at the amount, that money we accumulate to after 8 years. Now we'll see that the amount A of any compounded interest is equal to the principal raised to power 1 plus what? The rate over 100, all in bracket what? The number of years. Now, if you check this very well, if you simplify this formula, you come to see that the amount is the what? The principal plus the what? Plus the interest what? Interest rate. You are going to see that is going to be what is going to be, because compound interest, the principal, the amount is going to be the principal plus the what? The interest. Now we are looking for the amount. So all we need to do is to input all these parameters and then solve our question. Now let's input the parameters. We'll have our A, the amount we are looking for to be equal to principal is what? Is 2,000, right? Then 1 plus this is what? 20 over 100, all in bracket what? 8. 0 will cut 0. 2 divided by 10 is going to give us, this will give us what? 2,000, right? 2,000 multiplied by 1 plus 2 divided by 10 is going to give us, this is going to give us 1 over what? 1 over 5 raised to power what? 8. Now, point your calculator. What will 1 over 5 amount to? We'll have 2,000 to into bracket 1 plus 1 divided by 5. If you point your calculator, you are going to have, if you 1 plus what? Plus 1 over 5, right? And that will be raised to power what? 8. So let's take 1 over 1 plus 1 over 5. Let's simplify that first. We're going to have the common term, the common ratio, LCM is what? Is 5. 5 divided by 1 is going to give us 5. 5 times 1 is what? 5. Plus 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 1 is what? 1. So this will give us 6 over what? Over 5. So for that value, we are going to have 2,000 into bracket what? 6 over 5, right? Raised to power what? 8. So we are simplifying it gradually. Now 6 over 5 will give us what? That will give us what? 2,000 into bracket 6 divided by 5 will give us 1.2. We use our calculator, and that will be raised to power 8. So let's use our calculator to find the power of 1.2 raised to power 8. 1.2 raised to power 8 will give us what? 1.2 raised to power 8. 1.2 raised to power 8, and that will give us what? That gives us 4 point what? That gives us 4.2998. So that will give us what? This will give us equal to 2,000 multiplied by what? 4.2992. So when you multiply these times what? Times 2,000, that will give us what? This will give us equal to the amount to be equal to what? 8,599 point what? 0.6 what? 899 point what? 6 what? 3. Now this is the solution we are going to get. Now do we have the option over there? Yes, that's option what? That's option A. So you see, solving question like this can be very, very easy. All you need to do is just to make sure that you use the formula for finding the compound interest of the formula. Remember what I told you earlier on about compound interest. The interest, the amount is compounded. The amount for next month is going to be the interest you got for this month plus the principal. The interest plus the principal is going to be the principal for the next year. The subsequent year, the interest you get, you add it to this principal, is going to be the principal for the subsequent year. So to avoid you doing that year after year, we use this compounded formula to find that value. If you like this video, I want you to hit the subscribe button so that our subsequent videos, you will definitely get them. Watch out as we'll be solving question 18, 19 up to question number 50 of this objective question, which is the objective question of NECO 2021. Thanks so much for watching, and I want you to look forward to seeing you watch our subsequent videos.